So there are cameras in here, so that's why I'm going to keep using the stealth. Ooh, don't mind if I do. I don't think you have to equip anything. No, I guess you do have to still use the PAL key. Never mind. Why would Liquid and Ocelot just leave? That's weird.
PAL code number 1 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2, freeze the key.
Freeze the key. Nah. I'm gonna save real quick. Please don't let me get seen. I think I'm still pretty much perfect on alerts, right? I haven't gotten an alert yet. I mean, it's not gonna count if I'm using the extra items, which I think more than anything affect your rank.
What was that noise?
It's weird that guy didn't hear me before that point. So we need to freeze the keys and heat them up. Luckily, we've just been to 2 areas that basically, describes to a T. We have to go back to where we fought Vulcan Raven first, which thankfully is like 2 screens away, so it's not really that long of a trek. And I'm not going to cut back to it. I'm just going to go the entire way because stuff happens on the way back and forth. See, I don't mind backtracking like this. I think this is a pretty unique way to do it, to kind of pad out the game a little bit. Again, I assume for speedrunning this would be bad, but I like to just play the games casually. Like a loser. It's so annoying that you have to equip the card. It's so dumb. Twin Snakes did it so much better. That's one of the things that I would say Twin Snakes is superior in. I think this game looks better in terms of like the color palette. It sounds better in terms of the soundtrack, and it's probably better overall, but there are some like quality of life upgrades that they did in Twin Snakes that's just better. Alright, so I'm going to have to wait a minute here. So we're just going to kind of sit in this area. I think there's guys in here now, if I'm not mistaken, right? But yeah, this is pretty cool. I think you do something like this in Metal Gear 2, which I know a lot of people have pointed out. This game is basically just a remake of that. There's a lot of things in that game that happen in this one too. Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this in the correct order?
Next, you've got to cool the card key.
Cool the card key, alright. Just making sure I'm not doing this for no reason. That I wasn't supposed to go heat it first. But yeah, like I said, maybe someday I'll play Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Because those are very good games. I'm just not very good at them, and I would really have to practice both of them. I think I'm better at the first one than I am at the second one. How's that PAL key coming? Okay, perfect. Let's head back now. You do have a finite amount of time to run back and input this, because it will go back to being room temperature. I've never had that happen because I don't really dilly-dally. I don't know how long it would take. I would assume something like 5 minutes or something like that, if I had to guess. And yes, the last little bit of this game I probably am going to spend completely invisible. So great, like just this horrible death machine in the middle of the room. This great music. It's so ominous. Such a great setting. I love this game so goddamn much. One of the best. One of the all-time best. No, Snake, no. Nope. It's like punching signs in Mario 64. It wasn't quite there yet. Just make the hitbox a little bit bigger on the ladders so that I just climb up it even if I'm kind of near it. You know? That's all I'm asking for. Huh? What was that noise? Whose footprints are those? I'm also going to want to make sure that I go into the end of this with as many rations as I possibly can, so I'm going to try and avoid any kind of fighting, I'm thinking. Alright, what do we got here? Pal, key me up, me boy. I don't think we needed a cutscene every time.
Okay, there goes pal code number 2. Next comes pal number 3. Warm the key.
Which is pretty obvious where we should go for this one. We gotta go back all the way to the blast furnace. Man, those loading times are pretty rough in this area.
What was that noise?
Don't walk into me. Thank you. That guy almost just walked directly into me. That's not cool. Good Lord, Snake. Go down the ladder. There's a lot of ladder climbing in this, but I just think it's cool that you walk across Metal Gear Rex. I think this is a very, very cool part of the game. Yeah, I think the future of the Metal Gear series, I don't know. I don't think we should make any more. I don't think there is anything to do. Like, I never want to see Solid Snake again. His story is over. And it would feel really bad if we saw him again, in my opinion. I think if Metal Gear Rising were to continue, that'd be fine, but even that, story-wise, I feel like was a mistake to make, just because I don't really want to see anything after Metal Gear Solid 4. But, the only thing I really want to see, genuinely, is a remake of Metal Gear 1 and 2. Not Solid, the original Metal Gear 1 and 2. I think would be fantastic. Especially now that we know the, you know, we have some more context for Metal Gear 1 now that we know that the big boss that you fight at the end of that is actually Venom Snake. I think it would be really cool to revisit that now with that knowledge. In a perfect world, we would get a Metal Gear 1 and 2 remake with David Hayter as Solid Snake and Kiefer Sutherland as Big Boss / Venom Snake. I think that would be really fucking cool. Maybe combine the games. You know, I don't think that would be completely weird to do. Have the first half of the game end with you killing Venom Snake, and then you go to Zanzibar Land. Or flesh them out in two separate games. I want that so badly, and I really do feel like if Kojima was still at Konami working on Metal Gear, I think we would have gotten that. Because I really do feel like Phantom Pain was setting that up.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox Dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, decoy octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Look, the CIA has a
Well,
literal heart
apparently,
attack gun.
Fox die
So
killed
this
the
doesn't. This
victims
seems like
by
I'm shocked that they
simulating
haven't
a
done
heart
this yet.
attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
Son.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
I love trying to figure out, like, what is he after here? And it's incredibly obvious that he just doesn't want to get got by the virus, too. He's like, there's got to be a vaccine, right, Snake? Find that, please. I mean, Miller's completely on the level. What the fuck, dude? What? That's never happened to me before. What the hell? That's unbelievable. That's bullshit right there. If that counts as an alert, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed. I don't think it's an alert, but it is definitely they saw me. I don't. Oh my god, that's gonna annoy me. That's gonna be like my boulder death in Resident Evil 4. It's the one thing that happened that's gonna annoy me. Although I guess I did die twice in that game. Never mind. Yeah, see, this, I think, justifies the backtracking, is that there is story still happening. Whereas in Twin Snakes, if you use the pipe, it's just kind of like you get all the information all at once, I would assume. They're on high alert. I don't think it was like this before. So we're just gonna sit here and wait. We're gonna get to listen to the nice music. So how's y'all's day? I did this already. It's pretty cool. We're approaching my favorite time of year. This might be in October already, these videos, I don't know. I'm only doing 2 of these a week. And 3 Death Stranding, is that right? It seems right to me. But eventually I'm going to have to do a pause in Death Stranding to make way for the spooky stuff. But I think I'm going to keep these going on weekends if that happens. If this goes all throughout September. Which, I don't know, it might not. I'm going to wait a little longer. I don't know if that's the correct color yet. I think it needs to be a little bit more red than that. Because I think that might be room temperature. Full. What am I full on? The lava looks pretty nice. Let's get a better look at it. Or I guess not. It's kind of moving. You can see it going up and down. That's pretty nice. It's nice detail for a PS1 game. That, you know, you don't really ever need to look at that. Why would you? Alright, there we go. I guess I'm bullshitting about how good that stuff looks. Am I good on rations? Yeah, I'm full up on rations, alright. We're doing good here. This is like basically the last thing we do in this game. Because after we do this, it's Hi-Ho Silver right into the end of the game. Now I know not to take the stealth camo off, otherwise the camera will somehow see you. Where'd Snake go? I don't see him anywhere. It's a good thing he has that drop shadow. Now, I believe once we get onto this next elevator, I think we're gonna have like the biggest plot dump in the entire game, if I'm not mistaken. So get ready, because here we go. Oh, it's a snake. Oh, bake a cake. Hey Snake, while we're on this elevator, do you want to give me some facts that you know?
Did you know that Garfield invented the rotary engine? Did you know that lasagna is actually not very good for cats? And finally, that Garfield was our 47th president.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Those are all really good facts. Yeah, I think you could still kill these ravens, but they'll be mad at you if you do it. And there's no reason to. They're not hurting me. This isn't Resident Evil. I don't need to kill the birds. I don't even know how you would do it. I guess you would just have to throw grenades and hope that they land near them.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification, but my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from, my age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s, a dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
What did
Naomi,
Liquid do to you?
You didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox, no. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox Die.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox Die as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake, I...
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Die was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Jeez, what an asshole. Campbell's just a big old jerk. I do like that they never really said, oh yeah, Snake's like cured of Fox Die. Because that would have been like the cheap thing to do, was to just have Snake like, yeah, he's over it. He's, you know, he got cured. Alright, let's just sneak on by these guys. They were never the wiser. Wiser. So this is basically like the last thing that we have to do in this entire game, is to, how's my life? Okay, so I don't need that ration. Gotcha. I should save right before we go into this. Okey-doke. Whoever's looking at those cameras like, there was a guy there for 1 second. Alright, here we go. The last thing we're ever gonna have to do in this game. Which is a bummer. I mean, you'd say, like, this is the last thing that we're really doing in the game, but there's still, like, maybe, like, an hour and a half left with the cutscenes. Gameplay, it's maybe, like, 20 minutes. What a series, huh? There's no other series that you can say that in. Where there's like 2 hours left of a game, but like 20 minutes of it is gameplay. Absolutely incredible. Alright, Rex, I'll be fighting on top of you soon. Here, I'm gonna pet him on the head real quick, just so that he plays with us nicely. Where's that dude? Hey, it's that dude.